Hey guys, Jordan here. In this video, I'm going to be talking about drones, so let's get into it. Alright, so today's question is from Ariel Max. I made a 1 month review of the Mavic Mini 3. The link will be in the description below. But Ariel Max says, my Mini 2 beats the Mini 3 in range and signal quality hands down. I've been nothing but signal problems with the Mini 3, and it's only drone I've been talking to DJI support for the most. It's a contentious issue. Some people have it, some don't. Could be hardware, it could be firmware issues. I personally have not been able to fly this in the same places I normally fly the Mini 2 because the signal would die or become too weak to be reliable and therefore unsafe. It has gotten better with the latest firmware, but it also introduced a bunch of other bugs. Wow, that's interesting. So yeah, my experience with my Mini 3, and I got the I think it's called the DJI RC. It's the, I guess, with the controller that has the display built into it. I haven't had any issues with the Mini 3 from a range perspective. I was thinking that maybe, yeah, from a distance, like maybe the Mini 2 might have better range than the Mini 3, and you know what? I'm probably gonna test those out because, you know, your comment made me think about it. Although that's not the most important thing, because with real estate photography, most drones these days have sufficient range to be able to get around the property, no problems, no issues with signal, except for, you know, I think the Mini 1 was one where I was like, oh my gosh, the signal is terrible. And some of the original Phantoms, I'm trying to think if there are any other drones where I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't even, if I'm standing behind a tree, I'm not getting a very good signal. But I think most of the ranges these days are good for real estate photography. But with your particular issue, I think it's more, yeah, you must have just got a dud drone. I don't know. It does sound odd that the DJI 3 would act that way. At least that hasn't been my experience, so I haven't read any forums. Obviously, I would be more into it if I got one that had problems. But yeah, I would try to, if you're still experiencing it and you got all the latest firmware updates and everything, I'd try to get an exchange somehow with DJI, because man, that's challenging. It makes it sound like you're like flying at the front of the house and it's losing signal. I think I remember having to calibrate the compass and do these types of things with it, but yeah, no reliability issues. But I am curious if the DJI Mini 2 has a further range than the Mini 3, and I'll probably do a side-by-side comparison, as well as probably I'll throw the Mavic 3 on that too. So if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, for sure, man, I would just work on trying to get a replacement drone, because that's super frustrating if you got a drone and it's having all sorts of reliability issues and you've done everything on your end with the firmware update and all that stuff. So anyways, that's it for this video. If you got value, hit the like button and subscribe if you're into real estate photography, and we'll see you guys on the next one.